and I'm a Stomper in Upper Room.
And I'm Patricia, and I'm part of the Bomb Squad, which is part of the Ballet People.
It's 9 sections of intense dancing, and what we get from it is that runner's high, and towards the end you get this feeling where you're like just in the upper room.
The title, I feel like, in the upper room is kind of it's a higher place that you don't understand until you get there.
The Stomper People, not only with the sneakers and with the grounded movement, which was all new to us, and it's very different movement and very, very cool movement. And sometimes I try to pretend like I'm a hip hop dancer, like, you know, it's like so different from what we do, and it's awesome. It's like, it's great to explore that type of movement.
Bomb Squad is 2 dancers dancing the same steps, very close together, side by side. And especially in number 4, which is the ballet section, we do a series of passes. And I like to think of them like the gymnastics passes that the gymnasts do from like the corners, because we kind of really go in a straight line, literally. I love being a part of the Bomb Squad. I think it's
a very cool
part.
Still, everyone's still in the upper room, but within that, there's the differences. Mm-hmm. But it's true, it doesn't look like a classical ballet.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's fun too, because then even though we don't have our sneakers on, it doesn't really feel like we have like tutus on either, you know?
Right.
So we're all part of like that.
red pointe shoes on.
Yeah.
I always want to wear the red pointe shoes.
Even if we were doing the ballet steps like ballerinas or like princes, you know, for the guys, it wouldn't work. Yeah. So we're called Ballet People, but we still have a sense of that same grounded movement. I think that is kind of what helps the ballet build. Mm-hmm. Like that whole thing of like, it starts off and by the end it's just like crazy intense. Yeah. It's just, we're constantly feeding off of each other, you know?
Right.
Even if it's a little bit like competitive, in the end we're all
in it
part
together.
Of the upper room.
Yeah,
you know, in it at
yeah.
the same, with the same energy.
Like all of a sudden my girl runs back and is kind of all by herself. And I remember learning it, and she kept saying like, no smiling, like there's a ballet guy that enters and it's on. Like this is like Stomper People against Ballet People type of thing. Favorite part is too hard, because there are a lot of, like, if you go through the whole ballet, there are a lot of like moments that you're just like, that's an awesome moment. I love getting tossed in the air by the guys. Like that feels really free. Like sometimes I notice that in that catch toss, I like close my eyes even, and I'm like, you just close your eyes on stage and just trust that these guys are gonna catch you. Like those are moments that are really fun.
I have a very special moment in number 2. It's right at the beginning. Just feels so good to me. It's so with the music, and it's so like the calm before the storm kind of thing, because it's just like, you know, he tosses me this way and then he catches my foot and he throws it down and then he holds my armpit and I stay, and then it's just like all these like very, very like calm, connected movement before like the craziness of the Bomb Squad in number 4. And we always come off stage from that part, you know, there's a press lift and we come off stage.
That for the press lift?
Yeah, and we come off stage and, you know, sometimes like little things are wrong, but we always kind of look at each other like, all right, see you later, you know, like we started it off strong, you know?
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite pieces of choreography actually in the whole ballet.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Because I see you. Do you know that I told you that I see you coming like this way? Yeah, and I always go like, hey, Patricia. I love that part, and now I'm gonna love it even more because I know that it's like your favorite part.
It's my favorite.
Cool.
It's my favorite section.
That's cool.
Some of my most memorable shows was because every time I wasn't dancing, I was in the wings, like watching Jeanette or watching Patricia and Jen and watching the boys, because they're awesome.
Oh, it's fun to watch.
Yeah. And it's also cool because you're tired, so you run off stage and you're kind of tired, and you turn back and like catch Jeanette like her crazy movements, and I'm just like, oh, I'm not tired anymore, and I like just sit and watch. So it's really it's the best to feed off each other, for sure.
So much happens. It's so long. There are moments that you're mesmerized. There are moments that it's like coming at you. There's so much that goes on, and I feel like from the audience, like trying to think about what they feel, it's like they've felt so much, but it's like there's something about remembering how something started and remembering how it finishes that just like gets you, you know? So I like getting to learn that part and like being a part of something like that. It just always reminds me, no matter how many times we do it, how special it is that you can like, you have that responsibility to open something and finish it.